Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving 5 tips for an international teaching job fair. So if you're interested in going to an international teaching job fair, or you've already signed up for one, then you don't want to miss the 5 things that I'm about to share with you. I don't know why I keep doing this with my hands, but anyway, let's go. Okay, so my first piece of advice is read everything. And so what I mean by read everything is the fair organizers are going to send you a lot of information. They're going to send you packets of information about the different schools attending the fairs. They're going to send you Q&As. They're going to send you maybe a video or a newsletter that covers advice from previous fair attendees. They're going to send you a lot of stuff, okay? It's all good stuff, I promise. This is not a super glamorous or exciting tip, but I really think it's the most important. If you don't do anything else on this list, you really need to read the information that they give you. They've done the fair, they do it every year. They know what helps teachers find jobs and find success at the fair. So really, anything you can take in from them, you want to do it. Do your homework, you're a teacher, so make sure you go into the fair prepared. And the best way to do that is just to read everything that they send you. Second piece of advice, something else to do before you go to the fair. So before you go to the fair, I suggest make a must-have list and a must-not-have list. Don't make them super long. We got to be reasonable here. There is no perfect school or country, but I would recommend you want to pick 3 things on each list that are really important to you. So 3 things you definitely want your new job to have, and 3 things you don't. This may be something related to the geography. It may be a type of weather. It may be a place, a big city. You want country, whatever. Okay, it may be for health reasons or just personal reasons, but one of those things may be on one of your lists. It could be the type of school. Do you want an IB program? Do you want a STEM program? Do you want a for-profit school or non-profit school? A religious school, a non-religious? What kind of things like that matter to you that might be on your must-have or must-not-have list? It may be something even more specific, like a school that offers you a certain schedule or a certain class size or certain PD opportunities. Again, you don't want that list to be super long. Just think about the 3 really core things. They're going to be crucial to you being happy with a job, and then maybe 3 things that you know you definitely don't want in a job. Also, the reason I suggest that you do this before the fair is the fair is super, super fast-paced. You're going to be meeting a lot of people. You're going to be getting a lot of information all at once. You're going to be doing multiple, up to, it could be a dozen interviews within this time at the fair, and you're going to have to make some pretty quick decisions about whether you like a school, whether you don't, what you want to pursue, and that's really hard to do in the pressure of the fair. I know, I've been there. It wasn't the most exciting thing I've ever done, but I felt really prepared because I had followed those first 2 steps. I had read everything that the fair organizers provided. I had a general idea of what to look for, what I wanted, and what I needed to do that weekend to get it. Third piece of advice, this is for when you're at the fair. Ask questions. Ask questions of everybody. Ask questions of the fair organizers. Ask questions and get to know the people who are attending the fair. They're not just your competition, but a lot of them could end up being future friends or colleagues, and a lot of them have been to the fair before. So there's a lot of knowledge within the other attendees at the fair that can give you support and help when you need it while you're there. Also, ask the schools you're interviewing with questions. If there's anything you're not sure of, anything that's unclear, ask. Make it clear that this is your first time at an international job fair, and make sure they're doing everything they can to help you. They're there to recruit you. They want you to work for them, and so they're going to do anything they can to get you to feel comfortable working with them. So ask questions. And if you think of questions later after the interview, send an email asking a question. Don't be afraid to ask too many questions. This is a decision that you're going to make if you decide to sign a contract. Most likely it's 2 years or more of your life. So you really want to make sure that you're clear on everything, that you understand everything, and that you're making the best decision for you. And one of the best ways to do that is ask, 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 ask. Along with that, don't be afraid to ask the organizers of the fair any questions that you have about any contracts that you're offered. In particular, I was offered a contract from a school, but there was a couple parts of the wording that were not clear to me, and there were just a couple things I just didn't know because I had never been offered a contract like this before. So I went to the help desk at the fair. An organizer sat down with me, and she was awesome. She went through the contract with me, she helped clarify some things, and then she also helped me formulate questions to take back to the school and ask, just to make sure that I understood everything in the contract and that everything was what I thought it was going to be. And that was really great to have that resource. So just remember that the organizers of the fair are there to really help you. They're a great third-party, non-biased source of information that can help you be successful. Fourth piece of advice, don't be afraid to contact schools directly, particularly after an interview. You always want to do a follow-up. I recommend, if you know there's a school you're not interested in, let them know immediately. Thank them for interviewing you and for taking the time to get to know you, but let them know you're not interested. That way they know and they can move on. You don't even have to give them a reason, but it's just a common courtesy to schools. As fast-paced as this fair environment is, you're going to get contract offers, they're going to be offering contracts, and they're not going to be giving people a lot of time to decide. This is just the nature of the fair because they need to know if you're interested or not. Otherwise, they've got to move on and look for other candidates. So if you know you're not interested, contact them right away, even if you're the first one to reach out, and just thank them. On the other side of that, if you are interested, same advice, contact them right away. I had 4 interviews the first day of the fair, and I just walked away after that day really continually thinking about one interview that I had in one school, and just knowing kind of in my gut that that was a school that I really would be interested in working for. So I didn't wait for them to reach out to me. I emailed the principal right away and I said, thank you so much for interviewing me. I just walked away really impressed and I really think this would be a good fit. If you guys are thinking the same thing, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to need to move on and look at other options. Again, this offers the same courtesy that you're offering the schools. Schools need to let you know when they're not interested in you. And if they're not interested, move on, because there's a lot of other schools out there. But opening that line of communication is going to help you know that sooner and going to help you make more decisions. Last tip, don't be afraid to leave the job fair without a job. I know you're going to this international teaching job fair to get an international teaching job, but it doesn't all end at the fair. Schools will continue to have openings. Positions change. Student allotment changes. They get more students. They need more teachers. Okay? Schools are opening, things like that. So don't be afraid to walk away from the job fair without a job. If you don't feel like there's a job that meets your 3 must-haves, if you just have this feeling in the pit of your stomach and you can't commit to a contract, then don't do it. Know that there's other opportunities and that you're not passing anything up by listening to your gut and by waiting for something that's going to fit your needs. That's it. That's the 5. I could definitely give you more than 5 pieces of advice, but I really feel like with these 5, you can be successful at an international teaching job fair. That said, it's really hard to describe the experience of going to a fair like this. It's just something you just have to do and commit to it. Jump in, be open-minded, be flexible, and know that if you can't survive or if it's overwhelming this one weekend at this job fair, that maybe international teaching is not something that you want to commit to right now. However, that said, I really hope that you do want to try. I really hope that you find success when you go to the fair, and good luck.